Alright, so we're going to go over pump alignment on this F4A51 unit. And the reason why you need the tool again is because there is no chamfer here, or there are no dowel pins to line up the pump body and gears. So this is the tool that you need for that, and it lines it up between the pump gear gets lined up here, and it lines it up, the stator gets lined up through the inside, because you put this down and it fits inside the stator and it only goes so far. Okay. Now as far as lining up the gear, remember the dot on the gear faced up, and the reason why that is because this has a little recess where this tool is going to fit inside the pump gear. See, I cannot move it, versus if I turn this around, there is no recess, so it can only go one way. Alright, so what we're going to do here is we're going to put this in. Okay, and our dot here, let's see, where is it? Okay, so this is going to face up. Okay, and then this dot is going to face up. Okay, so now we have our tool in place, we have the gears in place, and now we're going to put our stator on. And let's just see how that's going to go. And probably something like this. Alright, that's got to get fit into the tool as well. Okay. Alright, and that is lined up. Okay, so that'll go like that. Now we're going to put our bolts in. I got the converter coming. Then of course, once the pump is together, I will try it on the converter, make sure it spins okay. Alright, we'll just run these down real quick. Alright, and then they get torqued down to 85 inch-pounds, which I already have this set at. So we go like in a star pattern. Alright, then we'll just make sure it's real good. Okay, actually I think the converter might be here, but I'll run and get it. Okay, and then we just turn this again, just like this. This looks good, and it slides right out. Alright, so we're going to make sure the pump is going to turn. I'll run and get the converter, but I just want to go over a couple of more things. Okay, on this underdrive drum here, what I forgot to tell you is there is a black plastic washer which goes in here. This goes on the pump, you know, so this goes in here and this sits on the pump, but I forgot to show you the washer that goes here, so I wanted to do that. Okay, so I'll just double check, make sure this pump turns. Alright, so I'm going to pull this cap off here, and okay, that spins nice. Doesn't seem like it's binding at all. Comes right out. Okay, so that's pretty good. Alright, so that's pump alignment. All right, just one assembly tip on this F4A51. When you put that lower race in, for the low reverse Sprag, you got two marks. You got one here, and you got one here, okay? And they have to face, of course, at 12 o'clock and 6 o'clock. That's where these marks go. All right, now what I did was I tried putting the race in other ways. You know, say I had it you know, had the marks over here at 3 o'clock and maybe 9 o'clock. It wouldn't fit. As I rotated it back this way, it kind of dropped in, and the marks ended up, you know, I just straightened them out and the marks ended up at the 12 and 6 position. So I just wanted to let you know that on this low reverse race for the Sprag. All right, so let's just go through this stack up. Mainly the second clutch, a lot of times is where the issue is. Down here is the low reverse clutch, but let's just go through the whole thing. Here you'll have your wave ring. This has been updated because on the, for instance, the F4A51s, it was very thin. This would break up and work its way through the filter, get into the pump, and break the pump gears. Okay, so here are your low reverse clutches and steels. All right, so we can just kind of flip those over. They're all pretty much all the same. All right, and now after this steel goes on, then this snap ring will go into the case. These are all loaded into the case, and then your clutch will go. Okay, now your pressure plate or intermediate plate has a step, and of course that's going to face down because the snap ring is going to sit around in here. All right, so I don't even know if you'll be able to get the snap ring in if you put this in wrong. So the step is going to face down. That'll face like that, okay? And then you have another snap ring that's going to go on in the case, and then your clutch. And now this is the important part. You have another steel. Since there's a snap ring, you're going to have another steel that also has a step in it. And this is where I think you can probably get screwed up, because if you put it the wrong way and it's sitting up too high, you might be able to stack it all up and possibly even get the snap ring in, but your clearance is going to be no good. It may bind up on the shift. So this is the important part. You have the stepped area right here, which also is going to face down and sit like on, you know, sit on the snap ring. And then you can put the rest of your clutches and steels in. And the rest of the steels aren't like that at all. So then they'll just go in one at a time in the case. And then you have your return spring and your piston, which will get lined, up. You know, of course, you got to line up this with the valve body, where the seal is going to go, and then that should line this tab up right here, and then of course your snap ring. So that's that second clutch. This is the second clutch stack up, and this would go for the F4A42, F4A51, F5A51. All right, it's all the same. So that's the important part, that steel. All right, so I just wanted to share the clutch stack up with you guys on this unit. It's a pretty common issue. I belong to ATSG, you know, Miami, and they actually have a bulletin out on the second clutch stack up on these units. All right, so I just wanted to share that stuff with you guys. And once again, thanks for watching.